One of the challenges I've been facing with my deadlift has been my lockout. I find myself getting stuck or just moving really slow after I pass my knees. I know a lot of this has to do with strength and speed, but I'm somewhat torn between two different techniques, which will be the main subject of this video. In this video you see here I'm working on neutral back deadlifts as suggested by Greg Knuckles. I left a comment on one of his videos. He responded with a question and suggested that I try to keep my back super neutral. In case you don't know who Greg is and his website, there'll be a link in the description. Great guy, great information, love his stuff. Should you go rounded like Pete Rubish, or should you stay neutral like Michael Tricher? I don't have super long arms, but I know I don't have short arms either. Putting an emphasis on rounding my upper back gives me about 1 to 1.5 inches of decreased range of motion, making the exercise easier. I've been noticing that when I get into the low fives, like 515 or more, I rely heavily on rounding my upper back and really pronouncing the rounding. I've personally found this difficult to predict. Predict what, you might ask? Predict where or how much my upper back will round when I rip a max weight off the ground. What this means to me is this: if I were to keep my upper back as neutral as possible and letting my upper back round as I begin to slow down in the lift at lockout. I felt some shoulder issues, almost like I was going to tear or strain something, like a lat or like a rotator cuff, like a subscapularis it felt like. The other option is to really emphasize the rounded upper back and then just trying to maintain that position and just focus on speed and really just trying to fire everything as hard as possible. As I make this video and write the related blog post to this video, it seems that rounding the upper back is the obvious choice for my situation for competition. So the next question is, how do I make myself injury proof while deadlifting in this position? I'm thinking out loud here a little bit, but I'm thinking shrugs, rows, upright rows, pull-ups, all kind of rows. Beef up those traps. Not a bad idea for function, but an added benefit because of aesthetic appeal. Right now I'm feeling pretty stuck in my deadlift, and I've come to the conclusion that I need to follow a program, so I started actually doing the Ed Cohn Felipe deadlift program. Has a lot of volume in it, a lot more volume than I want to do. Intensity isn't too high, but a lot of the accessory work is a little brutal because you have to circuit some stuff, and I just need to find a way to increase volume in my deadlifting once a week. I've gotten really strong, I've made some really great progress, but I feel stuck because my method of training is not working anymore, and with only 82 days left to go, I want to be able to make sure that I'm able to hit my goal of PRing, at least getting at least a 585 and hopefully a 600-pound deadlift. I'm not really committed to the 600-pound deadlift as I was before, for the simple fact that I actually care more about having a 455-pound squat, because my squat has been making really great progress, and same thing with my bench. So I'm becoming a little bit better rounded as a powerlifter, which I'm pretty excited about. So as much glory as there is in pulling 600 pounds, I'm actually starting to enjoy the process of training the other lifts, because I'm actually learning that I understand why people, especially advanced lifters, don't deadlift really heavy that often. It's for the simple fact that the technique in the deadlift isn't as important as just being ruthless with your speed and aggression. At least that's my opinion for right now. I have the right to change my opinion at any time. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.